It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Unstoppable has a question. He says, serious question. What do you say to the people who say you could die tomorrow and all that money you saved doesn't benefit you in any way? What do you think about saving for the future versus YOLO?
Y'all know. Bo, do you care if I give the sentimental type stuff and then you can pick up the pieces?
And I'm gonna be the jerk. I'm gonna be the mean one.
I mean, because I share with people the life expectancy of folks. I'm like, I know YOLO is very popular, but the reality is most of us going to live to be a ripe old age, so you should plan accordingly. I've been having, because I picked on you a few shows ago and I felt bad about it afterwards when I watched the highlight, because I don't watch all of our content, but every now and then when I see comments and people are like, man, Brian, we really went after Bo on that, I'm like, well, let me go watch this. And I felt bad. And the fact that I said that was rich people advice, sure. And the fact that it's not uncommon, because I even do it. I'll say, go spend, okay, let me clarify that. I want you prioritizing saving. Deferred gratification is the superpower of wealth building. If you can't live on less than you make, you will never be wealthy. And in other words, what that translates to is that you're going to have discipline. If you can't look at your lifestyle, and I do want you to get the most out of your bedazzled basic life, but if you have not built the foundation of your wealth building, you'll never be wealthy. And that requires sacrifice. And this is something I struggle with, because I was like, maybe I'm being mean when I tell people they do need to be careful on where they're spending money and trying to get to 25% of their gross income, because that means that they're probably foregoing some good times. But then I went through my own life and I was like, when I had my two college roommates, who then were my adult roommates before I got married in Atlanta, got to go to Mardi Gras every year because one of the girls that my buddy was dating, who's now his wife, and they have lots of great kids, her parents lived in the French Quarter, right in the key part. I didn't get to go to any of those years because I was taking certification exams every year. I don't look back on that. Yes, I have regret that I didn't get to go do that. But man, I love where I've ended up. And I think a lot of that correlation happens with your financial life too. Because I was sitting there thinking, maybe I should tell people to loosen it up. But then it's easy to say that now that I have wealth. Mm-hmm. But I started thinking about which one of my dollars led to my first million, which of my dollars led to the first 3 million. And what I think is it's a combination of incremental decisions I've made all along the line. To maybe I didn't get to do this at the maximum way I wanted to. Maybe I didn't get to drive this nice car here. Maybe I was not pulling cash out here because I knew I'd go spend that on coffee or something. So I was trying to be very calibrated to when I was in my 30s and 20s. Everybody knew me as a tightwad. Mm-hmm. I mean, but now I'm so not a tightwad. Yep. I mean, I spend more on trips than I did in my first year out of college and career. Mm-hmm. And I can do that because I sacrificed enough in the beginning for that great, big, beautiful tomorrow in the future. But it's hard to tell people that, because I know the majority of people are YOLOing. Mm-hmm. And there's an entire industry of encouraging consumption versus building. So I would put it in this harsh way. You have to ask yourself, am I a builder or am I a consumer? Because the world wants you to be a consumer. There's industry just pushing you to be a consumer. I'm going to encourage you, if you're a builder, we'll give you the tools, we'll give you all the materials, and you're going to start putting that wall together that you'll be like, whoa, how did I build this much abundance? But it's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take some discipline. And it's just the way the world is. I hate to say it, I wish I had the magical thing that would make it where there was no sacrifice and you still got the greatness, but no pain, no gain. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is there.
I get frustrated because when people say to me, what if I die tomorrow? My response is just automatic. What if you don't? We live in the world of probabilities, and Brian already said this. Odds are you're going to be here tomorrow. And when you say, well, what if I die tomorrow? That's a risk assessment statement. Well, you are more likely to be here tomorrow than to not be here tomorrow. So when you come to making plans and basing the structure you have in your life, I would not build it off of the exception. I would build it off of more likely the rule. What is the common outcome? What is the thing that's most likely going to happen? Then it's most likely going to happen is you're going to be here tomorrow. So you might as well be making decisions that will provide and allow for you to do that. Now, that doesn't mean be a miser and don't live and don't enjoy today. But don't go through this thing of what if I die tomorrow? What if you win the lottery tomorrow? Does that mean you're going to stop saving today because you might win the lottery tomorrow? No. the whole why would I save today because tomorrow's not guaranteed, it's a flawed logical statement. You just got to have better logic when you approach that.
Well, it's an excuse to go out there and let loose. I mean,
exactly
there's a
right.
reason I love Pitbull music, and the fact that one, he'll say, tell you, give you sage wisdom, but then another, he's like, go spend your rent money in the club. I mean, it's just, you have to figure out which side of Pitbull are you on. Are you on the builder side or on the consumption side
I
of
wish
his,
we had
of his
a
lyrics?
Pitbull counter every time Brian referenced Pitbull. It just like, there's a ding.
I think me and Mr. 305 would be friends. I'm inviting. If you're ever in Franklin, come do a studio tour.
All right.
Mr. Bull, if you listen to the show, please come check us out.